Hello everyone, TinaGale back, and today I have the second layout that I've created with the Close to My Heart Heartstrings paper collection that is available now through the end of March in the Seasonal Expressions book. So I just shared one double page layout. That was a really simple layout. This one's just a it's still simple, just it's clean and simple, just like my style is normally, but there's a little bit more detail to it, but it's still very simply done because it's using the stickers that come along with the Heartstrings pack. So I had 4 photos from an event that happened this last May that I wanted to scrap, and so they're all portrait style photos, and it's just kind of a series. And so this is a design that I've used several different times, the basic design anyways, when I have photos like that. And it's basically just to take a square and split it in half and adhere it to the center of the page. And so this one is about a 10 by 12 square, and then I cut them into 6-inch strips. And I left the branding strip on these because it had this gorgeous pink and red heart border that I thought was really pretty, so it did a lot of the work for me. If it hadn't been on there, then I would have been cutting a strip of paper to put on the top. So this is a great way to make a layout even quicker and simpler, is to just use the paper to your advantage. So again, I have that large square that's going on the center of the background, and then I'm just going to build up from behind that. And so I have this wider strip that I'm tucking in behind, and I'm going to put it on the left hand side where it goes all the way to the edge of the page, but I'm just going to have a small piece come out on the right hand of the page. And I actually adhere it here, but after I get my photos on, I realize my photo is going to completely cover it up. So I just pick it up and move it down to where it comes out the end of my photos. And so this layout's really great that it adapts to different photos. So if you're doing this and your photos only go to that edge, then that paper's fine there, but then if it covers it up, just pick it up and move it down like I do. And then I'm just taking 2 smaller strips here, and I'm going to notch the ends like a banner cut and have those coming out. And I just overlap them. It just creates some added interest. It creates the weight at the bottom of the photo. So again, this is just a really solid design for a layout if you're ever looking for something. And if you'd went through my albums and see the other ones that I've done, they're all slightly different, so they don't look like, you know, I'm using the same sketch over and over again or whatever. It's just expanding on one simple design element. Now I will say, originally I intended that large background paper go all the way to the bottom of my page, and I didn't even really realize that I had cut it down and moved it up until after the layout was completely finished. But if I had it to do again, I would probably leave it just a little bit longer and have it go all the way to the bottom of the page. But both designs are sound and good. It was just kind of what I had in my head originally. And so I'm just getting these notched and cut, and the hardest part about this is just lining it up across the page, which I just have my graph ruler that I use, and it's really great. So you can line up the line at the bottom of the page, and then you have the graph on the ruler to go up and just check it all to make sure that it's fairly straight. I'm not real picky about it, just as long as it appears straight and, you know, it's pretty close, but I'm not going to sit and get to the minute centimeter or millimeter to get it straight across there. Just double checking. Okay, so here are my 4 photos, and these 4 photos I had went in May to celebrate National Scrapbooking Day at one of my favorite stores. I've actually spent the last 2 National Scrapbooking Days there cropping with some of my friends that I've met online, and now they've just become really good friends. And so I was up there. I had went by myself and my husband was at home. And on this particular day, we had went to lunch and we came back and was just sitting down getting busy. And I feel a hand on my shoulder and I turn around and it's my husband. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? And I couldn't figure it out. And he starts talking to me and I realize that he's about to propose. And there's a long, long story that I won't get into. But he actually never officially proposed to me before we got married. So I've always given him a hard time that, you know, someday he was going to do it right and that it had better be good. Well, he did really, really good. There's not a better place to propose than a room full of scrapbookers with cameras and, you know, your friends. And so the first photo is kind of funny because when I figured out what he was doing, I was like pointing and telling him to get down on one knee because he had to do this right. He wasn't going to get a second chance. And so I'm sitting here, you know, pointing, get down, get down, get down. And it totally threw him off and he forgot his speech and did all that. But it was very sweet and he had it all planned out because he had actually given me my promise ring on my birthday, and this day was my birthday, and so he was like recreating that day, but only doing it right and doing a real official will you marry me? And so there were a few tears shed and lots of laughter and quite a bit of confusion from some of the friends and people in the room as to why he was proposing to his wife. But it was really, really sweet. So I had to be sure to get these photos scrapped, and these were kind of the ones that were in the series that could kind of show the story, and then one afterwards of just the two of us. And he had actually brought one of his best friends with him so that he could take pictures. And it was a long time before I even realized that he was there, but he had driven him all the way there. And then actually left him so that he could drive me home because it was going to be really late, like midnight. And I had a 2-hour drive home, and so he had come, and then he just went and hung out and waited on me until I was finished and drove me home. So he made sure that there was someone there taking photos, and then of course all of my friends in the room were snapping photos too, so we ended up having it well documented. Okay, so that's the story behind the photos. Now to the embellishing. Like I said earlier, I just used the sticker sheet again from Heartstrings, and so it did just pretty much my title, my subtitles, lots and lots of embellishings. These 3 little banner strips, it says truly, madly, completely head over heels. So I thought that was perfect because even after 28, 29 years, I'm still completely madly in love with him. So I just kind of put that to the side. I kind of wanted it up, but after a while they stick really, really well, and so I was afraid I was going to tear the layout, and so I ended up just leaving them there and not moving them. And then I had this piece that said, love this face, and I was kind of moving it around, and I end up settling down below, and it works out in the end. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use it. And then this little piece is kind of like a washi strip sticker, and it says you and me. So I added it, and then the little heart stickers. So I just start building up with all of these stickers that are pre-printed and everything. If you don't have these, you could use your stamps. This is a great way if you start stamping different icons and embellishments and just have a little cup full of them. Then you can build up your clusters. And then these little stickers are the little Puffy Stickers that are new to close to my heart, and I adore them. They are so much fun, and these are glittered, so they have different shades of pink and red and silver and black. And they come in hearts and arrows and kind of like a little bow tie. And there's, I think, mustaches in the black. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I guess that's it. But they're just really a lot of fun and so pretty. And the glitter and the sparkle does not come off. So that's a bonus. And then I had this gold glimmer trim. and I decided the bottom I wanted just a little bit more sparkle, and so I just cut another banner shape from the shimmer trim and added it onto my banner down below, and so therefore it just looks like I have 3 little banner strips. Okay, so then I added this heart and these banners that say sweet along with the arrow puffy sticker, and then I decided it needed just a little bit more, so I added another little heart, and I added the heart at the top along with the title, so it says my heart will always be with you, and then the other heart on the third cluster. So I hope you enjoyed this layout. It was really a lot of fun to make and love how it turned out. So be sure to join me on Facebook or my blog, and you can find all the links to shop close to my heart and where to find me right here. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.